So we have 3 crops, and it's not practically possible that we lose all.
As a man who finds joy in sharing his wealth with people, especially the less fortunate, it was no surprise that at the end of the day's work on his farm, President Jammeh once again extended his benevolence to volunteers on his farm, as each went home with a bag of rice and a 20-liter gallon of cooking oil, a way of saying thank you to the many volunteers who have been working on the vast land. Aissatou Badiane Sarr, Grts.
Meanwhile, His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, Sheikh Professor Alhaji Dr. Yahya A. J.J. Jammeh, GMRG FAAICL, is pleased to declare Wednesday, 15th August 2012, a public holiday throughout the Gambia in observance of the Catholic feast of the Lady of the Assumption or Sanctuary and the Muslim Night of Power, locally known as Laylatul Qadr, respectively. Members of the group dubbed Road to Azerbaijan have been briefing the Vice President and Women's Affairs Minister on their efforts to better prepare the female under-17 football team for the World Cup in Azerbaijan. Ajah Dr. Aisaranjai Saidi later received members of the Jangjambura Youth Development Association and the body that brings together female sports presenters. We have more in this report by Aissatou Mane.
They called on the Vice President to solicit her support and through her the President's support for the female under-17 team who are preparing for their debut in world football in Azerbaijan. The move is in line with efforts to raise funds for the female Scorpions who are going to represent the country in the Female World Cup tournament.
The importance of this tournament and the fact that these young ladies are going there to represent the Gambia, I think we should all make effort to make sure that they are well prepared, both physically, mentally, and financially. That's why we are making this fundraising to make sure that they have good camping both locally and internationally, and also giving enough allowances so that when they go, they'll know that the whole country is behind them.
Alongside the Female Artists Association and the Africa Women Sports Reporters Union Gambia chapter, they were at the office of the Vice President to show solidarity with the team.
And we are also ready to support the girls to Azerbaijan. Yeah.
The African Women Sport Reporters Union, its aim is to increase prominence and participation in women's sport. And the body was formed in the Gambia due to a call from the continental body, which is Africa Women Sport Reporters Union. It is all over in Africa. So when they formed the association, they decided to call the Gambia to be part of it.
The road to Azerbaijan, according to the president of the Gambia Women's Federation, is a big achievement for the female football team. And all Gambians should come together and support these young women who will be raising the flag of the country high.
Every Gambian, each and every Gambian to come on board. Even $1 is not small, $5 is not small. They can bring whatever they can in cash or in kind.
Members of the Janjangbura Youth Development Committee who were also present at the gathering thanked Madam Jai Sedi for her continuous support and sponsorship of the Jai Sedi Memorial Tournament held every year in CRR. The move, according to Usman Jabate, is a step in the right direction, for it does not only engage the youths in sports but also contributes in keeping memories of the late Jai Sedi alive, who they describe as a patriotic and hardworking man whose demise still remains a great loss to his family and people. The vice chairperson of the GFA Normalizing Committee said government greatly supports sports and urged Gambians to support the female under-17 team. Omar Sy could not also help but pay tribute to a man he described as virtuous.
I think he deserves more than this, that he was a huge personality. He was a huge personality, and I am thankful to you for having recognized him. I didn't know that this movement was on. I would have joined it fully because I knew the man and I appreciated his wisdom, his wit, his intelligence. He was a good man, and thank you for honoring a good friend of mine.
The Minister of Youth and Sports said sports is one area that continues to receive support from government. Aliou Jammeh believes that President Jammeh attaches great importance to the sporting arena.
We are all witness to the support, the continuous support that this government keeps giving to the development of sports in this country, and particularly football. And not only the support, but also the conducive environment that the government has created since '94 to now.
The Vice President, for her part, thanked the female under-17 team for going through to the finals of a competition, which she says requires the participation of over 200 countries the world over. The Gambia making it to the tournament itself, Dr. Njai Sedi maintained, is historical and fulfilling. She assured the team of President Jammeh's support and the entire Gambian populace. Madam Njai Sedi also called on Gambians to come out in their numbers and support the team both emotionally and financially. She also hailed the Janjangbure Youth Association for their support and dedication in maintaining the annual tournament. The Vice President, through the Youth and Sport Minister, presented the female under-17 team with a sum of $10,000 and the Janjangbure Youth Association with $12,000 as her personal contribution towards the development of sports in the country. For Grts News, I am Aissatou Mane.
Officials of Gay Njoro Foundation were also at the office of the Vice President on Monday to update her on the body's activities and others in the office. Aissatou Mane has more on that and a courtesy call on Madam Njai Sedi by Nigerian actress Rita Edochie.
Members of the Gay Njoro Foundation were the first to meet the Vice President and Women's Affairs Minister. The meeting, according to the Executive Director of the Foundation, centered around their scope of work, which mainly entails hairdressing and cosmetology. Fatsen Gay said her foundation was born out of her desire to help youths equip themselves with the requisite skills to contribute to the socio-economic development of the country.
We started in 2008 with the mandate of National Training Authority. They give us a license. We're fully licensed, fully accredited by the National Training Authority. Since then we've been working. We graduated our first batch in 2010, 14 students. 2011 we graduated 35 students, and this year we'll graduate 75 students inshallah.
Madam Gay also revealed their plans to kickstart an online diploma program on hairdressing and cosmetology, which prompted her to sign an MOU with a university in America. In a separate engagement, Rita Edochie, a Nigerian actress, also paid a courtesy call on Madam Njai Sedi.
Yeah, I'm in the Gambia with a very good project that I believe that will benefit a lot of youths in the Gambia. Not just the youths, but the elderly as well.
The actress hailed President Jammeh for his tireless efforts in transforming the Gambia into the economic superpower of Africa, saying that was one of the main reasons why she was attracted to the country.
I love the peaceful nature of it, but we have to thank the president, because without his support, I don't think the country will be like this. And we have to thank God for giving him the strength.
Rita Edochie thanked the Vice President for the warm reception accorded to her and delegation and assured Madam Njai Sedi of her willingness to work with the youth of the country, whom she said have great potentials. The visiting Nigerian actors also presented Dr. Njai Sedi samples of stickers and other items, all depicting the massive developments the country enjoys under President Jammeh. For Grts News, I am Aissatou Mane.
People have been flocking to different sales outlets operated by Kanilai farms to capitalize on the generous reduction in the price of meat that was recently announced by the head of state. Louis Mende visited some retail outlets in Abuko and the West Coast region, and this is his report.
Many arrived at the Abuko Batua this morning to avail themselves a chance to purchase meat and bones at $50 per kilo and steak at $70 per kilo. This symbolic benevolence, expected to last for the remaining final days of the holy month of Ramadan, is courtesy of President Jammeh again. Bakar Jammeh of the Kanilai family farms is the man at the center of the distribution. From him, I understood that 47 cattle were slaughtered for the day to be distributed amongst the West Coast region, the Kanifing municipality, and Banjul.
Tomorrow expecting 50.
Babka Silla from Mandinarin village and many others who came to buy the meat were economical in wars as he stated the blessings this benevolence would earn His Excellency the President. They explained that Ramadan being a month when one should share, especially with the needy, this reduction in price for meat couldn't have come at a better time. Outside the main distribution center, the Abuko selling outlets were already crowded. Binta Jallo and few others came here as early as 7 o'clock in the morning, already bought their meat. At Birikama, the governor's residence is one of the 12 outlets in the West Coast region identified as a selling point. The only constraint here is that the demand for meat is greater than the supply.
Yes, even this morning, as followed some Alcalos in Komosat, in Gunjur, in Jambur, in Yundum, so that they can come tomorrow morning and then get some meat from our officer